Hello, welcome and thank you for joining me. Today we are going to be doing an absolute beginner friendly crochet tutorial. I'm going to be showing you how to make this super easy and fast crochet ear savers. So these are the ones you put behind your head and you just sew a pair of buttons on them. That way you can put your mask on these buttons behind your head and relieve tension on your ears. So this video is not going to be sped up. I'm going to go as slow and clear as I can be, and that way you'll be crocheting in no time at all. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'll be right back and we'll get started on this super easy project. Welcome back. So this is the project I'm going to be showing you today. We're going to be doing a double crochet for this middle part, and then we'll finish off all around with a single crochet. So today I'm going to be showing you two different crochet stitch pattern, and for the yarn I'm going to be using the red heart in the size 4 medium. And when you look on the yarn, it always suggests the recommended crochet hook size. So for this, it's recommending 5.5 millimeters. Okay, so I've just put that aside. So this is my crochet hook, is 5.5, and I have this crochet needle collection I've had now for a few years. I got it off of Amazon. I'm going to leave a link in my description box. So this gives you all the hook sizes you need to crochet, from the smallest to the biggest. So there's a size 10 here, and it also comes with a lot of accessories like tapestry needles, rulers, and stitch markers. So I'm also going to be using a cutter, or you can use any scissors you have. And then I'm going to be using a tapestry needle. And then you need some buttons. We are going to be sewing a pair of buttons on each end like so that the mask goes in here. And then I got some of my buttons from Amazon. Feel free to check your local craft store. I will leave a link in my description box if you want to get the same ones. Okay, so simply it's just like tying a knot. You can just go over your two fingers like so. And then this one, you just bring it underneath again and you put your hook through. Now you have made a knot. Okay, I'm going to do that one more time. It's really easy. It's really just making a knot. You just go over like so, come back this way now. Okay, so in this circle that you have here like this, just bring this underneath, and it's like that. And then just put your crochet hook there and pull the two tails here. So now you have formed your first knot. Now this never counts as a chain when you are doing your crochet. This is just to begin your project. All right, so now we are going to make chains. So the chains are the foundation for your crochet project. So it depends on how long or how short you want it. That will determine the number of chains. Okay, so now we are ready to make our first chain. To make your chain, you see my hook is facing up. You yarn over, meaning take some yarn and pull through that first loop you made. Now this is your first chain. So the one on the hook never counts as a chain. So now you have made your very first chain. So we're going to go ahead and make 20 chains. So this is 1, yarn over, pull through, 2, yarn over. When you are pulling through, you turn your hook to the side, 3. That way it pulls through very easy. And you want to make sure your foundation chain is not tight. If it's too tight, then you'll be finding it difficult. You can also go one size. You can increase the size of your hook. So for example, this is 5.5 millimeters. You can go up to 6 for your foundation chain. That will help you make it very loose but not too loose. So this is chain 1, chain 2, chain 3. You yarn over, your hook is facing up, and when you are pulling through, you face it sideways or down. That is 4, 5, 6, 7, and I just keep adding to my yarn. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So this is what it should be looking like right now. Take your time to practice this. You need a lot of time to practice. So now that I've gotten 20 chains, that is the length I want. If you want it shorter, you can go to 17, 18, or whatever you want. So now to make our very first double crochet, remember I said the one on the hook never counts. So we are going to count 1, 2, and we're going to start walking into chain number 3. But what I want you to do is to turn your chain like so, and you are going to see these loops or ridges at the back. You are going to walk into those loops. That way it gives you a very clean edge. I hope you can see those loops at the back. So we're going to count 1, 2, into the third chain there, you turn it, you see that loop right there. So to make a double crochet, you are going to yarn over your hook, and then you go into that the rib there, and then you pull through, taking your thread back, and now you have 3, 1, 2, 3 on your hook. You yarn over again, you pull through, you have 2, yarn over, pull through, you have 1. You just made your first double crochet, and because we left 2 chains, that will count also as a double crochet. So these chains you made will help give height for your project. If you do not make the chains before you start, it's going to be it's going to be like a slope at the beginning. So now we are going to walk a double crochet into every single loop like so. So this side is the V, and behind the V you have these humps. So you just yarn over, go into the next one, pull through, you have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through 1. Okay, so you are going to keep doing that, and this is so easy because you don't have to count anything or remember to put extra anywhere. So I make sure your stitches are nice and tall as you go, meaning when you pull through for it to be tall like so. You pull through 2 and pull through 1. So this is what it's looking like right now. So you have 1, apart from that first one, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you look on the top here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm just going to keep doing that. Like I said, just take your time. I haven't fast forwarded this or anything. I'm just going to redo that. The loop is a little bit too long, so you don't want this loop to be too long when you're doing your yarn over. That way the tension is equal all through your project. Okay, so just keep going. This will be a good time to subscribe if you haven't, and you can also after this video go on my channel. I have some other crochet videos and other videos as well that you can check out. So just keep going. And because you are working in the ribs, you see this side is giving you a clean edge just like the top. So both the top and the bottom comes out really clean. So I'm going to speed this up just a tiny bit, and just keep going until you get to the end of the row, and this project only needs 1 row of double crochet. And then after this, we'll move to the next row where I will show you how to do your single crochet. All right, so the second to the last. So now when you get to the last, instead of walking into that back, you are going to walk into the 2 like so, like the V. So you yarn over. So instead of going into the back here, walk into the 2 here. You see 1, 2. You pull through just like you have done before. Pull through 2, and you are done for this line. And what you do, pull that end. So you can see that because you walked into the 2, you have the same height as the other side. So this is what it's looking right now, looking like. So if you don't want your ear saver to be this long, feel free to do less. So you can do 17 and start the first one into the 15th one. So now we're going to go into the final row of this project. And because I'm going to be moving over this way, what I'm going to do, I'm going to chain 2 again. Remember at the beginning here, we skipped 2 chains to start our project. So I'm just going to make those 2 chains at the end here as well. So you just go like so, chain 1. This one never counts. Chain 2. So you have 1, 2. And now I want you to come to the top of your project here. So just the same way you have to walk into the two V's there. So I want you to come up here. Make sure you grab the 2. So this is 1, 2. And the tail here, you're just going to tuck it in, or you can leave it so that you can use that to sew your buttons. So it's up to you. I'm going to show you for the purpose of this video how to tuck in your end. So I'm going to weave it in as we go right now. So you just yarn over, pull through, okay, and then you have just 2 here, yarn over, pull through that 2. And now as you can see, this end is looking also like this end. Okay, so now to finish the last row, what we are going to do is, this is going to be called your turning chain, meaning you have to crochet an extra stitch in there. So when you turn, it's nice and rounded like this. You don't want it to become like a square. So to make a single crochet with just that 1 loop on your hook, you go into that very same spot, yarn over, pull through, you have 2, yarn over, pull through that 2. That is your single crochet. Remember the double, you get 3, 2, and that is why it's double. For single, you're going to only go once. Now what you're going to do, you see all these V's here, you are going to crochet through both in each crochet stitch. What I mean is, you will not yarn over, just make sure the tail is here. I'll go into the next 2 V's. I hope you can see. So if you look at the top here, it's going to show 2 loops. You just yarn over, pull through. You always have 2, yarn over, pull through that 2. That is your single crochet. So now you keep going into every single one of them. Do not put 2 in one, and do not skip any one, else you have gaps in your project. Okay, so that is another single crochet. So we are going to make a single crochet into every single one of them. And so because we started this project with those nice ends, it's very easy for you to see. Okay, so just remember to grab your tail along, and you just keep going, and as you go, your tail will disappear. So I'm just going to be putting a single crochet into every single one of this. and I will speed it up a little bit, and then so remember what I said, when you get to the edge, you're going to have a turning chain. So now I'm coming to almost the end of this row. So I'm going to put 2 stitches in here so that I can turn easily. So I go in there, pull through, and I go back into that same one. And what does that help me do? Do you see that? It helps me to move smoothly to the next one. Okay, so we are going to still go into the corner here. So these are the two chains we had. So we're going to make 1 into each. So just make sure you get it right, so you don't have gaps in your project. And I'm still making sure that my tail is still coming along. You see the tail is almost done now. Okay, and then when I come to this edge, I'm going to make 2 here as well. Okay, so I'll make my first 1, and into that very same one I'll make 2. And what do you see again? That helps it to form a nice round end. Okay, now we are going to work this row all the way down to meet here, and then I will show you how to finish this project. So I want you to be careful when you're coming here so that you finish well. That way you do not have gaps in between. So I'm going to put 1 here. Okay, all right, so I think we are at the end. So I'm just going to do what we call a slip stitch into the first beginning there, and we'll be done. To do that, you just go with your hook in here, pull through, and then you are going to pull through that end one here. That we end this project. So to tie that off, just yarn over, pull through a little bit of a long tail. You can see that, and I'm just going to cut. I don't know if you can see that. I'm just going to cut, and then with the yarn like that on your needle, I'm going to pull through this. So we're just going to pull through that like so, and pull this to be really tight, and give yourself a pat on the back. You just made your first crochet project really super nice and easy. Okay, so now we're going to sew the buttons in, and so with this end you can decide if you want to weave it in. And so I can show you, you can use a tapestry needle and just go in like so. Just thread that through, and then you can just weave this into the, weave it in like that. Okay, that way you are hiding it. So some people also like to weave it in through the back. Okay, so to weave it in is just like hiding it in there, and just so because it's the same color, it's really easy to weave in. So always make sure you straighten your projects, check the shape. Okay, I'm going to still weave in a little bit more, and then I'll cut off the excess. Okay, so now we can pull through the thread, and then we'll just cut the excess one here, and that is what it's looking like right now. Okay, so now to finish this project, we are going to sew buttons. So I wanted bigger buttons, but if you want this size, that's fine. We are just going to sew them on the end here to finish. All right, so you can use different colors of sewing thread if you want. I don't know if you can see my threads there. I'm just going to pick a dark blue. I'm just going to pick a dark blue thread here to sew the button with. All right. Then what else I like to do is to come out here like this and just go around a few times just to give me extra. Okay, then I'll go back out again. I'm going to go back out again, so I'll go through the neck here. Okay, and this project is almost done, so I'm just going to reinforce that a few more times. That way I can be sure it's really secured. You can see what I'm doing, right? I'm just tying a loop there, so I'm just going to tie about 2 or 3 loops, and then I'll cut off the thread there. So I'm just going to cut off that loop there. So now we fasten the first button, really nice. I'm going to go ahead and sew the other one. You can. Okay, so we are all done. Our crochet ear saver is ready. Really super cute, simple, and you've learned 2 stitch patterns today, the double crochet and the single crochet. Next time I'll show you another one. So this one is an extended double crochet, and you can see the ends are different because I use a different pattern for the finishing. So if you want to see how I achieved that, let me know. I can also show you this. So like I said, you can go as long or short as you want. So this ones I did short, and the one for today we have done long. So give it a try. Super easy project to start with, and let me know how it goes. And until next time, when I bring you another exciting project, have a blessed and wonderful day. Thank you.